Hello everyone, I'm Bhavna Sharma, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce, GEMTech, Greater Noida. I welcome you all to the lecture series of Entrepreneurship Development. Today we are going to discuss on two topics. One is raising of funds and other is venture capital. The entrepreneur has to raise the funds and there are different sources of funds that is available. The entrepreneur has to decide for how much period the funds are required for the business. So depending on the period, the different source of finance is available. So first one is categorized into three. The finance is categorized into three categories. One is long-term finance, medium-term finance, and short-term finance. Now, long-term finance is required for investment in fixed assets like land, building, plant, machinery. So, long-term finance is required for the expansion programs. So, we can say that long-term funds are raised for long period, say more than 5 years. So, there are different sources like shares, debentures, retained earnings, financial institutions. Now, shares can be taken from through equity shareholders or preference shareholders. So equity shareholders provide the capital on permanent basis to the company. So they are known as the real owners of the company because they bear the risk of the business. They get dividend only after the dividend on preference share is paid out of profit of the company. And at the time of winding up also, equity shareholders can be paid back only after every claim, including the preference shareholders. So equity shareholders receives dividend only in case of profits and after the payment of preference shareholders. Now preference shares are those shares which carry preferential rights, like preference in case of payment of dividend. They are given at fixed rate and preference at the time of repayment of capital. But they don't carry the voting rights as enjoyed by the equity shareholders. Next is debentures. The debentures are the creditorship securities which provide funds to the company on loan basis. So debenture is an acknowledgement of debt by a company. So for the debenture holders, the company needs to pay a fixed rate of interest and entitled to redemption of debentures as per the terms of debenture issues. Next is retained earnings. Retained earnings denote the profits which is not distributed among the shareholders. So it is also known as flowing back of profits or internal financing, because the retained profits of the company are used to finance the requirements of the company. So it is an internal source of finance. So a company may not distribute its entire earnings in the form of dividend, but retains a part of it every year. So such a policy helps the company to build up reserves which can be used for financing the expansion programs. So it is an economical method of financing because the company do not have to pay any interest or dividends for taking the finance. And last one is the financial institutions. Financial institutions are responsible to supply money to the market through the transfer of funds from investors to the companies in the form of loans or deposits or investments. So like the commercial banks, investment banks, brokerage firms, insurance companies, they all are the financial institutions. So these are the long-term sources of finance from where the entrepreneur can take the funds. Now next is medium-term finance. Now, medium-term finance is required for upgradation of technology or introducing new product or the repayment of some debts. So, medium-term finance period is from 1 year to maximum 5 years. So, medium-term finance sources are public deposits, debentures, term loans, and lease. Now, public deposits, the company can accept the funds through public deposits to meet their medium-term requirements. Now, rate of interest varies from 10 to 13% per annum, and the period is generally from 6 months to 3 years. So, the public deposits, the company gets the benefits that they get the public deposits at lower rate of interest as compared to other source of finance. And the depositors, they do not have any right to interfere with the internal management of company, and they are not usually backed by any charge on assets of the company. Now, debentures, we have already discussed. Term loans, they are raised for period, say 3 to 5 years. So, term loans, the entrepreneur can get from commercial banks or financial institutions. And then is lease. The entrepreneur can also take the facility of lease for medium-term finance. So lease is a form of financing which is used by the firm to acquire the use of assets. So every lease involves two parties. The user of the asset is known as lessee and owner of asset is known as lessor. So leasing involves the separation of ownership from the economic use of asset. Now next is short-term finance. It is required for meeting short-term needs of working capital. So period is maximum 12 months. So short-term finance can be raised from these are the different options like trade credit. Trade credit is an arrangement where supplier sells the raw materials or finished goods to the buyer on credit and then allow to make payment within an agreed period. So that may range from, say, generally 1 month to 3 months. So availability of the trade credit depends on number of factors like the size of firm, the trade conditions, financial strength of firm, credit policy of supplier. So this is a very simple method of short-term financing. It does not require any provision of any security, and it is a flexible source of finance. Now, bank credit is taking credit or short-term loan for less than 1 year from the banks. Then is commercial papers. It is a short-term promissory note which is issued by a reputed company to meet its working capital requirements. So the period is generally from 15 days to 365 days. Now these are purchased by banks, insurance companies, mutual funds, and only those firms which have good credit rating, they can raise the funds. So it is a liquid instrument. It is freely transferable. It can be used for raising large amount of funds, and the cost is lower than the cost of, say, bank loans. Next is overdrafts. Overdraft is a facility where a businessman can withdraw or a person can withdraw from the excess limit from the account, and whatever amount has been withdrawn, the individual or the businessman has to pay interest on that period on that particular amount. So it is also a short-term facility. Then is cash credit. Cash credit is a short-term source of finance for a company. So it is basically short-term loan which is extended to a company by a bank. So it enables a company to withdraw money from a bank account without keeping a credit balance. So account is limited to only borrowing up to a borrowing limit. And interest is charged on the amount borrowed and not the borrowing limit. And last is bill discounting. A bill of exchange is an instrument which is drawn by the supplier to pay a specified amount of money on a particular date. So when goods are sold on credit, the supplier draws a bill of exchange upon the buyer, who then accept the bill. So the term of the bill may range from generally 3 to 6 months. So instead of holding the bill till maturity, the supplier can get it discounted with the bank. So discounting of bill of exchange means act of selling the bill to the bank before its maturity. So bank charges discount on it. So net proceeds of the bill would be credited to the account of supplier. So on the maturity, the bank would present the bill before the acceptor of the bill and get the full amount of the bill. Thank you. That's all for today. We'll discuss the venture capital topic in next lecture.